Hey, happy Wednesday. This is Derek Demore with Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live. We're going to try to go over opening bell and get you some positive points for breakfast. Noticed a couple things. Even though our proprietary indicators were for down, seemed to me like we just had a double tap at 53. We had done a 44-point run from the peak and about a 36-point run from in here, which are two numbers. 36 and 48 are two numbers that seem to be the runs that we've been having lately until there's a decent turnaround. So one of the other things that I noted is if you look at the channel that we have, this doji just broke the channel. Now a doji is typically a turnaround signal. We had the double tap. So even though it was a down indicator, to me, double tap off the S2, breaking a channel, to me, this looks like it might pull fuzz down and then bounce up for a decent retracement, maybe 2/3 of this candle, so of this long candle, so maybe to about 72, 75. Let's see what happens. I know that this is going against the trend. Both the 89, the 21, the 50, and the 200 are all in line. So this is going against the trend, but let's see what happens. Oh, and so it barely came down. So probably wouldn't have been able to get in at 57 long, but it did give us a good 1.5 discount. And then even if you got in at market, the long was worth 10 points. It came up about 50% on that candlestick, and then it turned around and went back down. So little retracement first. I would have been waiting for a short at 72.50, but that was a decent opening bell. Let's see kind of what happened after that. Kind of bottom, triple tap, ooh, and then it went and touched this area for the true 48 points that we needed. All right, let's look at the dailies real quick, see what we're doing there. So the dailies are hard to decide here. You know, to me, it looks like we probably would have had a pullback maybe to about 85 again, and then retest these lows. Let's see what on the 4-hour. So it had obviously come up a little bit further than the 85 on the dailies, where we ended, and then opened, went up, went all the way up to 97, 98 again. So we've been between 3,900 and then that bottom 3780 area. So I don't know if this is going to go down and break. We'll find out later, and I'll do a recap. Let's check the other MNQ and the M2K. So on the MNQ, NQ, obviously we broke out of the channel, got back in. Typically what that means is it's going to kick over and stay in the channel, which means that we could potentially test the 50% or down at the bottom. So that would be potentially down at 12.5 again by the end of the day. And on the 60, yeah, we've got this support level. Probably pull that down a little bit. But man, if we go down to 12.5, that would put us down here, which that looks about legit. So we'll see what happens and do a recap later on that. The M2K and the Russell RTY, boy, interesting pattern. It's stuck between, opposing channels. Most likely this, this closed, so it might pull up a little bit, but then this could close 22.10 or potentially all the way down at 21.94. If it breaks that, then you're looking at somewhere around the 21.70 range. So we'll see what happens there. And boy, on the 1 hour, you can see we just broke through some support, so maybe a little pullback, and then further down, based on looking left, we're probably talking about 2,200. So the top end 2203, bottom end 2183-ish, maybe all the way down to 2174. All right, we'll do a recap later. Looking forward to trading cryptos this week. So happy hump day, and we will touch base. Thanks for being with Futures Demore, Derek Demore, and we'll see you tomorrow.